Hi everyone, this is Brian Hayes and welcome to a brief discussion on using alternate chord shapes for common chords on the guitar. Today we're just going to look at two common chords. They are E7th and A7th. Now an E7th chord in music theory is the combination of E, G sharp, B and D. The first, third, fifth and seventh flattened note out of an E major scale. So E, G sharp, B and D. It's physically impossible to play those four notes in that correct theoretical order on the guitar under standard six-string tuning, starting on the low E. There's no way we can play an E and a G sharp in that open position because the next string, the next available string, is tuned to A. We would have to wind the A string down a semitone to become a G sharp. That doesn't matter. The guitar's sound that we associate with the guitar, one of the reasons that it sounds different to a piano, is that our chord voicings are often not in strict theoretical order. So if we look at that standard E7th chord, we're actually playing an E, B, D, G sharp, B and E. So we have the four required notes, E, G sharp, B and D. We just have them in a mixed up order. Now an alternate way to play E7th is to play an E major chord using the normal fingering, so same as E7th, but this time we put our third finger on the note E on the D string, the fourth string, second fret of the fourth string. Standard E major. In this case we're now playing an E, B, E, G sharp, B and E. But we need a D natural, to turn an E chord into an E7th. So if we put our fourth finger, our little finger, on D on the B string, so that's the third fret of the second string, and maintain our E chord shape, we've now turned E major into E7th. And that's a really good, interesting, powerful E7th chord. This time we've got the high note D up high. Our traditional fingering, we have D in the middle of the voicing. So what you can do now is alternate between those two shapes. So E7th and this one. Get the idea? You've now got the ability to have movement in your rhythm guitar. Now let's finish by looking at A7th. There's many ways to play an A7th chord. Probably the most common is what I'm fingering here, where I've got my second finger on the note E and my third finger on the note C sharp. So E being the second fret of the fourth string, the D string, C sharp being the second fret of the second string, B. So the notes in a A7th chord in music theory are A, C sharp, E and G. Well, here we've got E, A, E, G, C sharp and E. We've got all the required notes jumbled up in unusual order, but an order that makes it sound like A7th on the guitar. Big powerful six-string chord. So E7th, A7, very common sounds on the guitar. Now an alternate to the standard A7th finger shape is to again put our little finger out, this time on the first string on the note G. So we're putting the G now as the highest note that our ear hears in the A7th chord. And you can tell it's quite distinct from the normal A7th. Here's the A7th with the G up high. So remember that G is on the third fret of the E string. So again, like with E7th, you can alternate those shapes. A7th and the alternate. Back to E7th. And so on. You can have an enormous amount of fun with a couple of easy finger patterns on the guitar. I hope you've enjoyed this brief tutorial. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're interested in one-on-one Skype lessons, drop me an email via my website. Bye for now.